Sorry, I was getting something set up. We are back with the Great Ace Attorney. I was just doing something though. I was just trying to set something up. So I decided to just mute the microphone until I got everything set up. We are back with the Great Ace Attorney. We're going back to the courtroom. Last time, if you remember, last stream, we went to Great Britain. To do a little recap, we went to Great Britain. The jury thinks that our defendant is guilty of murder. But then we managed to convince them that it's possible that he didn't do the crime. Convince at least 4 of the 6. That's what we did last stream. It was fun. We streamed for at least 3 hours. I doubt it's gonna be long this time. We're finally here. I have my phone, look at chat. I just had to get. The thing is, like, when you gotta kind of get everything. You gotta start streaming first and then get everything set up. You can't do it the other way around. You have to get the stream started first, then get the stuff set up, because that's not how it works here. It works different. But we shall return. We shall come back. We shall join back in with the Great Ace Attorney. We were on episode 3, the Great Adventure of the Runaway Room, or omnibus, or like the murder happened in an omnibus, which I think this is really interesting. We were going to so the witnesses now have to restate their testimonies because we prove all 3 of these witnesses have to restate their testimonies. We prove there's a contradiction. We got 3 witnesses instead of 2. They were all on the omnibus at the time. I only carried 4 passengers that night. I swear, but well, I for one was told to pay. I for one was told I had to pay 5 pence for the bus. I hated it with the fare he did, and then I saw him the bird killing sight. It was all too much. I tell you, I saw McGill stab at that man. Everything I saw before stands. Oh, yes, stabbed him. Yes, he did. I think so. Yes. Counsel, make sense of this for me, please. The phantom passenger conjured into existence by my learned Eastern friend had never existed. The confusion has arisen from the coach and man's sly little Kongse. People, explain yourself. I'm terribly sorry, Goid Master. The Guide affair 4 prints across the board. The Guide's fare is a 4-piece across the board. You know that. Am I to understand that you have been overcharging our passengers by a penny a fare? It's so cool. In the last run, they was always half empty. You have been dishonest, Mrs. Coachman. Sorry, I'm sorry. You're a disgrace, people. A disgrace. Our actions have brought us dishonor onto our entire guild. If I must say so. I had to pay 10 for just on the bus last week. What? 4 passengers at the 5 prices. Yes, 20 pence. My microphone keeps falling down. I've done the arithmetic 10 times already, but I can't just make the result come out differently. No, that figures. Well, it appears that one of the aforementioned misgivings have already been explained. So, counsel for the defense, your cross-examination, if you please. You've already had the pleasure today. I see you intend to continue the parlor games. Absolutely. Cross-examination. Try to think. Did I see anything wrong with that testimony? It's pretty interesting how this is going so far, though. I do think it's very interesting. My good friend. Why am I having trouble? I only carried 4 passengers, I swear, but So, there was only 4 passengers on your carriage, but you didn't charge them the standard 4-piece fare. Is that right? It's impossible to make one last day. It's impossible to make the last run of the day. Hey, it was so cool. It was all I could do to stop myself from passing out. I'm getting chill pains just listening to you. It was terrible. So I wanted to give myself a pat on the back for even keeping the bus running. Doesn't a dedicated coachman serve extra penny per passenger? You're digging a deeper hole for yourself here. If only there had been a 5th passenger in the omnibus that night. There would have been another suspect. There would have had been another suspect. But I, for one, was told I had to pay 5 pays for the bus. Does that mean everyone on board might have paid 5 pence instead of 4? I paid 5 pence. I paid 5 pence too, sir. And I just told you that I did. A flat fare of 5 pence across the board. It's not something to be proud of. So-called
Discrepancy, my learned friend has identified was nothing but the sort. Much like the Phantom Killer you desperately needed. It's gone, dead, buried. I'm happy they resisted in the first place. He fiddled with on the fair. He did, and then I saw a blood-carrying sight as well. It was all too much. Hold it. This blood-carrying sight. You mean the murder, I presume? Yes, sir. A lonesome sight. No one had tried to witness a horror in the minds. The moments like the life is taken. Oh well, not exactly, sir. I mean, I didn't actually see the exact moment the gent was stabbed. Good gracious, really? We have another witness who did, however. The banker has already testified about it. To it. That made it turn out to be very significant. Hard to make your next. That's when I looked over the glass. That's when I saw the horrible blade poking out from his belly, covered in blood. Every time I see that knife now, I can't help screaming, even when I'm eating. I tell you, I saw Mr. McGillicuddy stabbing the man. Everything I said before the stands. So he saw the defendant, Mr. McGillicuddy, stabbing the victim, Mr. Mason, who was sitting next to him. That's what I said, isn't it? This bothered me before. It's bothering me before this was. For a brief moment, he hesitated for answering the question. Anyway, there's only two of them side of the carriage, weren't they? There's been much talk. There's much talk about the fifth passage yet, but as yet, zero evidence. What are you wasting our time for, eh? It's all black and white. The man's guilty. Something about this very fast one just jars with me. I couldn't work out what it was. Oh, he stabbed him, he did. I think so. Yes. Really, you testified that you saw the moment when the defendant allegedly stabbed the victim, did you? Oh, yes, that's right. You said that the victim on the floor was described as soon as one of the knives of the ICP. I suppose I might have, yes, put the cart before on the horses, maybe. What's this? Well, I'm quite sure. I was sure about most of it. I was driving the horse when I heard a scream from the seats on the roof deck. Oh, I suspect that was me, sir. Then I turned around, yes, as I saw through the skyline. The gentleman was on the floor, and the knife was taken from his midriff. That's right, yes. The fellow was holding a handle. Famous man. Yes. Short. You didn't see the moment when the victim was actually stabbed at all. I really thought I did, but when I got over and see it again, in my head, no. I suppose I didn't actually see the precise moment of stabbing the knife. Oh! Hold up. Excuse me. Microphone fell. First my chair broke, and then my microphone fell. So excuse me for 1 second, I'm trying to fix my microphone. have something to say about that, Mr. Fairplay. Now you listen to me. I know what you're thinking. He ain't really such a that moment to fail of his dad. What are the chances of that? Eh? Are you asking me or telling me? He's getting flustered. I might be able to extract some new information from him if I answer him correctly. You just haven't seen the second moment with the movie described. I wonder if it's like that. I'm alone. I can tell you I'm alone right now. Chat is dead. I'll fix my microphone. I'm trying to play it back on my desk now. I'll be right back, y'all. I gotta fix something. returned. I just needed some help. I had to get some help fixing my microphone again. Well, it is a little hard to believe, certainly. Unless you spend your time peeping through the skyline. Omnibus, that is. Peeping? I'm a respectable city banker, I'll have you know. I know what I saw, and it's clear as about every day. It was a grim scene, I don't mind telling you. Thank you, Mr. Fairplay. Oh, excuse me if I was getting a little hot on the collar there, my lord. I would ask you something of your testimony with a clear statement exactly on what you saw. Oh, I can do that all right. I'll tell you just how grim it was. You know how I get the thought of blood so kind after the butcher. That butcher stabbed the man. Charles really came to the end. Somehow I managed to keep your chances alive here. Now, if you're really not careful when you press these witnesses, the danger is that the jury will end up believing something unhelpful, as they did before. Maybe, but we can't let the fear of that happening stop us from uncovering important information. Yes, you're so right. You pay careful attention here. Don't want to miss even a flicker of reaction among the witnesses. Blood soaked. Yeah, well, perhaps soaked is a little thick, but anyway, there was definitely blood all over them. Both of them were covered in it. You saw them from the roof? Through the skyline? Well, the skyline is reasonably large, so I had a pretty good view. There was a lamp on the side of the carriage as well, so I'm quite sure of what I saw. Just banker's last statement. I feel like I'm not quite right about it. You should get Yep. I think I know what it is.
Objection.
Yep, that's it. Blood-soaked hands? Well, I meant the soaked might be a little laying on the thick, but anyway, there was definitely blood all over them. Both of them were covered in it. Well, I'm very sorry to disagree, Mr. Fairplay, but that's a little more peculiar. What? Here are the gloves worn by the defendant, Mr. McGill, on the night in question. Oh yes, right. The string disappeared outside of a dark screen there. But as I'm sure you can clearly see, it's only on the right glove. And
Ugh. In short, Mr. Fairplay, your testimony is inconsistent. Gah! But no, that can't be right. So you're the liar then? Gah! That's right. You were quite clear, but you said in both hands. Gah! Mr. Fairplay, if your last statement was a lie, because your entire question, you say the moment the victim was stabbed, but is that really the truth? God,
Objection!
It was a simple mistake. You can't just justify the accusing these man of lying. Yes, it was in both hands, but only one. The fact remains. The victim's blood was on the accused. No, Mr. Fairplay's categories stated that he saw the blood all over by the both hands, which means there's a strong possibility that the witness was deliberately trying to mislead the court. Yeah. Why? I'm a city banker, for pity's sake. My word should be the golden standard. I'm a gentleman, not some gutter snipe. Upstanding numerous today, don't. He's claiming to have no reason to lie. Is that really the case? We have some evidence to explain why you might be lying. You can turn this tie on completely. Point shows the man's no reason to lie in his testimony. I mean, yeah, probably. We gotta have evidence. My lord? Yes, counsel. The defense is ready to present evidence. By Jove, are you sure? Yes, evidence that clearly demonstrates why the French Flair had a reason to lie in his testimony. Yeah! Very well. I hereby call the defense to present as evidence the evidence that demonstrated a motive for the witness to allegedly skip the corpse. Oh, hold on, let me check. Oh dear, do you really think we ought to look inside? Well, it's not as solid as we can like it, is it? Or from the great detective's friend, perhaps. Actually, I wonder. Well, let's see what we find. I'm gonna bet you it's gonna involve. It's gonna involve that banker dude, Mr. Fairplay. That's this criminal gentleman's name, isn't it? Well, I suppose they're all probably not a gentleman at all. After all, not everyone in this court is very well off. Ah, goodness! What is it? Look at this! You see the name here? Bruce Fairplay. Does that mean something to me? It does sound strangely familiar, actually. When is testifying this very moment? Oh yes, of course. The banker. Why is his name in here? I brought to him. Look, the man has approached. But this is the coincidence, of course. But the court, this is very useful information. Yeah. This is the list of debtors who owed the money to Mr. McGilded. Yes, a list of innocent victims crippled by the accused extortionate. The point is, among these names and debtors of your name is your name, Mr. Bruce Fairplay. What? Mr. Fairplay, are you currently in debt to the financier of the accused? No, well, it's barely worth being called a debt. According to this ledger, you owe 20 guineas. Not a soft amount of some money, would you say? Gah! Well, what of it? Let's suppose Mr. Gilded was found guilty of murder. What would become of your debt in that case?
The document state the loan agreement is forged between the individual parties. Therefore, the creditor defendant here was to be sentenced to capital punishment. All sentence of them would be they would cease to exist. Cease to exist? Mr. Fairplay? Is it not the case that you claim that your testimony would have seen something you never in fact saw? A devious attempt to unfold your debt of 20 guineas to the defendant. Order! Mr. Bruce Fairplay. Yes, my lord. Let me ask you again. Be aware that your answer may be the most serious. Did you not see the precise moment in which the victim allegedly thrusted the knife into the victim? Your science speaks volume. You did not tell the truth in your testimony. All right. Let's not make a melodrama out of this. Perhaps I did overstate a truth in a pinch. A pinch? But it makes no difference. I definitely remember seeing blood on McGill's hands. Both of them. And yet, only one of the defendant's gloves, which we have here as evidence, is stained. Curse, you keep saying. I wonder if I might be allowed to speak, sir. Go ahead, Mr. First. The thing is, I think I remember seeing it myself as it happened. Seeing what? The blood, sir, on the defendant's hands. I think, yes. I'm almost sure that it was on both hands, not just one. What? What? It would appear that we're going to need further testimony from witnesses. Exactly what you did, and no. What you did and what you did not see. Do I make myself perfectly clear? Yes, sir. Mister, this is good news. The course of the trial seems to be shifted slightly at the last. Yes. I might finally have a chance to turn these things around here. Witness testimony. Witness really saw. There was blood on both hands of the assailant. I sincerely remember that. However, I suppose you might have said that I didn't see the exact moment the stabbing spied, if that matters. I remember seeing the knife, and I remember seeing both the attacker's hands and blood, with blood on them. I didn't actually see anything myself, no. Not until I heard that scream. Anyway, the fact still remains. There could be anyone else inside the carriage, or we would have seen. Well, lo and behold, in truth of the fact, none of you witnessed the crude crime. I apologize, my lord, but honestly, I agree. There was no one else in there was no one else in the carriage, and the man's hands were covered in blood. Guards, criminals. It's the men do it. That's really not what testimony is about. Let us examine the interior of the omnibus once more. The victim's first blood is visible on the seat, corroborating the witness's accounts. In other words, there's no subtle or significant change in the facts of this case. Very well. Your cross-examination, please, counsel. Yes, my lord. Cross-examination! I love that art though. What the witnesses really saw. Let me think. Sadly, we ain't got nobody in chat. Chat, come on, chat, help me out here. See the 13 people here. 6 now. Can actually see the text as if that matters. I'm seeing the knife, and I remember seeing. I wonder what the. It's fair if I didn't see Mr. Mason get stabbed at all. Change the fact that the ace. Latest testimonies. 2 of them are occurring. I know, but it's a large window. I know it's a large window. But, well, I think perhaps we have to confirm that I was saying what they're saying with their own eyes as much as possible. What do you mean? I mean that we can examine the evidence firsthand. Omnibus here in the courtroom, after all. That's a good idea, and we can consider the witnesses' statements while we're looking around. I looked at the omnibus, but I'll look again. Yeah, this dude looks cold. We can look again at the omnibus, but I already looked. Someone is not gonna. The problem is, like, someone's not gonna be able to see unless they turn their head around. So that's why I'm questioning. It was cold during that night, so that's why they did shivering all the time. So I bet one of these guys have, I suppose you might say. Yeah, he's freezing for some reason. I think it's because he just feels cold because probably because of last night still. 3 days ago somehow. It's like cold outside apparently. I bet one of these statements we're gonna have to present the omnibus. I'm gonna try this one. Objection. Oh, it actually worked. Allow me to confirm one thing, Mr. Fairplay. You were riding an omnibus and to witness the events of the cabin through the skyline, the roof, and the upper deck. Is that right? That's right, yes. In that case, there's a portion of the cabin exterior that would have been out of sight from you. What? By golly, really? Obviously at the stage, we can't say for sure. I know, I see. For some reason he's like really cold. The possibility can't be denied. Time before the end. There could have been another passenger enclosed in that cab of the omnibus. Enough hypothetical what meaning, my Nipponese friend. The prosecution demands that you submit your claims. After all, the scene of the crime is here in flesh. Very well, I will uphold the prosecution's demand. You identified the omnibus. Where exactly the omnibus you said situated? It's right here, right? Want to save just in case. Yeah, he's like wearing a whole bunch of clothes and he's still cold for some reason. No. I'm gonna say it was that seat over there because the victim was in the... The victim was right here. Both rows of seats in the roof are facing the direction of the travel. Where's this cabin? Face each other, which means the visible part of the cabin, which the passengers on the roof deck can see through the skyline, is I've drawn here. Oh, that's right, my lord. As you can see, the seat on the opposite side was the victim and his attacker were sitting, was scurred from the view. In other words, yeah, you're quite late. Fun to sit in that seat. It's possible the witness would have been completely unaware of it. Gah!
Objection.
It's quite possible some phantom was sitting there. Japanese have a forbidding fact of obscured the truth with the IBGs. I concur with the prosecution rejoinder. The British court of law evidence is from paramount. I cannot entertain this court gesture, counsel. It's unless you have to put the name on this, Mr. Patrick. Can you? I honestly don't know. Who could it have been? Who is the person in the seat which is out of sight from the windows from the roof deck? How old is it? He's 48. He's 32. He's 54. He's 62. 34. 21. Y'all think we can prove this? That someone was sitting in front of the victim and the accused? What do y'all think? The thing is, if we say I have no idea, I feel like the prosecution is gonna complain. Then why did you bring that up? Then why did you bring that up? You know? So I don't know. Can we prove that someone else was sitting there across from him? That's what I'm questioning, she. But who would be the other person? It had to be like a third party. I like to say, just kidding. She, could you translate that for me? Because I have no idea what that is. I'll translate it myself. Hold on. I'll translate it myself. Hold on. I speak English. I'm gonna assume German. No, we're gonna. Oh, we're gonna direct to language. I don't know. Should. Oh, okay. Good morning. Good morning, person. I'd say good morning back. I'm just saying good morning back to him. Yeah, I was confused. I did not know what he was. Good morning. It's not morning for me though. It's like later in the day. Oh no. Oh goodness. I think I can translate this. I got my Google Translate. Hopefully it's gonna be good. Hi, Asgard, you're both okay. There's only me, McGill. Yes, we are good. We are good. Good, good. Yes. Yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. We are good. Yes. I'm good. Yes. Welcome to the chat, though. I'm going blind. I don't speak the language, but I think it's Japanese. Yeah, I don't speak Japanese, but welcome. Understand, my lord. Defense would like to put it forward a name. You are a fool. The response was desperate temper. The man who's seen the knowledge and the limitations. A toast to a hard lesson yet not yet learned. The delay council. If it's too late, the pastor in another seat. This could be it. This could be the chance I've been waiting for to turn around my favor. On that night of the murder, the person occupying the seat of the omnibus was discovered the view was. Hold on, I'm gonna translate this again. Oh, he's talking to you. Oh my goodness, I'm not noisy. What do you mean? I just translated that. I'm not noisy. I'm not noisy. W. Oh, guess I gotta translate this. Hold on, I'm trying to just translate all this. Oh my goodness. Why? Why? I didn't mean to do that. I'm just translating all this with Google Translate because I don't know how to. So who could have offered you? Who could have been the other person though? Cat of the night. Rather than this unexpected factor. Whatever your so-called logic used to provide the clues, you may know as not. Because your answer is made of one thing abundantly clear. The real blind spot in your side of your head. And yet would appear to be unusually large. Oh my goodness, he called me he said I had a big old forehead. I mean, what can do such a he's innocent of the crime. Yes, of course. Why? That must mean then that there was someone else inside the omnibus with me. The true culprit. That's right, exactly what I've been. Oh. Of course. So two people sitting inside the cabin when saw the skyline. They were the victim and the real culprit. That's not real. I'm making a false episode. Okay, so it was. So it was Gilded? The passenger in the closed cabin that witnessed the roof and felt the sea has to be Mr. Magus McGild. Mac. Mr. McGilded? What are you talking about, Consul? The name of the defendant?
Objection!
If I had to scream, chambers were smashed in my hollow chalice. Do forgive the court's discourtesy. Lord Van Ziek. People talk of those tiny little island nations in the Far East have learning a culture of their own. But as I see the terms are ill-advised. What are you trying to say? Let me explain it in terms that even a student of this backwater such as yourself might not even understand. When the bloody scene unfolded, the victim and his assailant were sitting side by side. Multiple witnesses did this fact. The very premise of this case is built. With that premise, may be wrong. What? If the victim really was standing beside Mr. McGill, it creates an inconsistency that can be recalled in a way. What inconsistency, counsel? The defendant's glove, my lord. Both witnesses made the same testimony. They claimed that there was a blood on both hands of the victim, saying the person stood next to the victim. And yet we know the truth otherwise. One of the gloves bears a gory remain. The point is, even if the face of the evidence, both witnesses maintained their stance. Yes, their testimonies remained unchanged. Exactly, they both made swear. They were clearly both immersing both in both hands of the assailant. In short, the moral events in their testimony reveals the truth. If someone else sitting by the victim, a third party we have yet to identify. The victim's blood was on the passenger's hands, both of them. And who was this third party? Obviously, the true culprit. Extraordinary! Order! 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 What exactly are you prostolating? Defense is... It's just that, nothing more than conjecture. The witness clearly said that they saw the accused. But when elaborating on this testimony, Mr. Fairplay said two of them were wearing hats. I couldn't exactly make out their faces. Yes. Top of their heads were obscured by the roof. I could see the rest of them though. Yes, that's right. Both gents were certainly had it. How does do tend to notice such things, sir? Yeah, we got a third party. And what particular styles of hat did the two gentlemen sport, Mr. Faust? I'm afraid I don't remember. You call yourself a hatter? The style of the hat makes no difference. There was no third passenger in that cabin. How can you be sure? Because if there had been, the accused would scattered would down an awful disposed effect. As I say, even preposterous explanation. That accused failed to even notice the branches of the true culprit, the very catch where he traveled. Ah! He's right. If there was another person traveling in the enclosed area in the omnibus, it's inconceivable that Mr. Gilda would have noticed it, would have been unaware of it. Order! There's clearly a simple solution to this problem. Bring the accused, Mr. McGill, to the stand. What would you say, Consul? Prosecution objects, my lord. On what grounds? As a suspect, he will already have made a full statement, please. But what if there's some reason he's unable to speak freely? Mr. McGill is no under refusing. If it indeed turns out to be the man who returned with the information, you can be sure that it has been the most deliberate act. Counsel for defense, what is your opinion? My lord, should I ask McGill to testify or not? Guys, should we bring a defendant to testify? What do y'all think, chat? What? I'm streaming.
I see.
Should I bring him to the stand or should I? I think we should take him to the stand, personally. I think we should. Let's do it. Yes, we need to hear what he has to say in order to find the truth. The defense would like to call Mr. McGilda to the stand. In that case, I would like to hear the opinion of the jury. Yes, we need a little time to consider this. If you ask me, I think we should hear what Mr. McGill had to say. Get this man out of here, I say. It would be illogical not to hear his testimony. Something needs to do to get along. That's how I'm getting things going. Hearing what the patron of my favorite little park has to say? Oh yes, that would be lovely. Yes, the jury says this man must be heard. Very well, the court will hear the defendant's testimony. Bailiff, show to the defendant to the stand at once. Now, maybe what actually happened that night will finally become clear. Let the proceedings be resumed. Mr. McGilden, Have you been listening to the discourse of the day? To be sure, I have, my lord. There are now two matters on which the court decides from year to year. The first is whether or not there was a third party with you in the omnibus cabin, as proposed by the defense. The second is the person that was indeed present, and why did you conceal the fact from the police? Megan, no, 'tis not my nature to hide anything at all. Just answer the questions, please. The truth of the matter is, I've been desperate about it all along. Do I tell you all, or keep my mouth shut? Tell us what, Mr. McGildy? The fine fellow representing me is absolutely right. In the carriage, there's not myself, another man. There's another passenger. It's true. Aye, and 'twas me who helped the little urchin get away after it all happened. You. What? No, Madam Buckingham's excuse can't save you now. I'm truly sorry I am, Lord Van Zieks. I'm sure you'll be wanting to know why I said nothing when I was taken by the police. I do be having a great reason, I assure you. Which was? Well, the little child was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. And not involved in any way, you see? What? If the police had known about the wee one was there, they assumed she'd done it. They had hauled her into the courtroom just like myself. I was only trying to spare her that. Young and tired young minds are easily damaged, my lord. Boy boss helping the criminals escape the cops. Who is this young child who speak? That I don't know. You don't know? Aye, well, the wee thing just happened to be in the carriage that night. Carriage that night. I never saw her before or since. You have absolutely no reason to believe this man. The prosecution calls the witness' statements to be disregarded by the court. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if the urchin isn't here in the courtroom as we speak. Listen to the proceedings. What? Bang. Ah, smoke! Ah, fire! There's fire! Look, someone's trying to get away! After him! It's no use! I can't see anything through the smoke. What is going on? Be careful! Cover your face! Bailiff, all of the accused escaped. Secure the omnibus. I hereby call emergency recess. Bailiff, ensure the defendant is in custody and clear in the courtroom. Yeah, something happened in the courtroom. They hurriedly removed from the smoke-filled courtroom by the bailiff. And at the scene of chaos, as people stumbled over into this were to flee from the chamber. We had no idea what was happening. All we knew that was for the time at least, the trial was suspended. To be continued! But we are going to continue. We're not going to end it right here. Thoughts, y'all. Thoughts. The courtroom has been filled with smoke, some mysterious smoke, y'all. Love the old man voice. the judge. So smoke. Some smoke came from nowhere, filled the courtroom, so we had to all escape. Interesting. What on earth just happened in there? I've managed to figure out what happened. I was told that I managed to form a smoke grenade, a type of explosive device that releases smoke. A smoke grenade? It sounds like some kind of something ninjas use. They're just making sure everything is safe now. I think the trial will start again before long. But who could have done something like that? The police managed to catch someone who was trying to flee the courtroom, apparently. Flee the courtroom? Why? This young girl around the 15, I heard. Here. Thoughts? I barely know what's going on. A young girl? Then could it be the her pastor that Mr. Guild was just talking about? My thoughts exactly. So he wasn't lying. Oh, what's become Mr. McGilded, actually? There's so many things I need to ask him about, but he's not here. I think he's summoned to the prosecution's chamber to answer questions. Along with the young girl. Who is she, I wonder? What's she even doing here at the trial? She was taking a huge risk and possibly benefit herself. Doesn't that matter that's troubling me? What's that? The 20 pence. Hmm? Oh, Ninja girl. The quartermasters at night at the fair price is 5 piece. That comes to a total of 20 pence exactly. Now it seems that there was in fact 5 passengers, which means that the figures don't actually add up again. Ugh, she's right. That's strange. Counsel for defense kindly proceed to the courtroom. That's commenced in 5 minutes. Oh, thank you, officer. We'll go in straight away. Well, first is I hope you ask you to stand and testify now. I really can't imagine what she's going to say. But she altered the whole direction of the trial. I'm not sure enough. Yes. Yeah, it's crazy that it's actually February. And the game, this episode takes place in February. This young girl next to me, Gilded. Look, she must have been the only one that caused the disturbance before. Well, after the presidential recess, the court will now resume the trial of Mr. Magnus McGilded. Now then, Lord Van Zeeks. My lord. I believe you have established the cause of the smoke which unveiled our scenes earlier. It seems... It seems. It's actually happening right now. You just missed it. It seems. It seems that you have some sort of advanced form of a smoke grenade of sort. Nah, no. Good gracious, the army! What in devil's name? As lab changed by a young girl, the cloaker escaped from the public gallery, but she was caught. Now occupies the stand. Your name, girl. Are you responsible for the smoke grenade, which is in the courtroom? What's the meaning of this behavior? If I may, my lord. Yes, Mr. McGilden. I think perhaps I ought to explain here why it is that this wheel lass was here in the first place, and why she tried to bolt it like that. 'Tis all tied up with the events of the night, so it is. Very well, Mr. McGilden, give your testimony. You explain exactly how this young woman is involved in this case. Just what did happen? Just what did happen that night? It's not just it's not defense lawyer's information or anything. Oh well, you gotta be ready for this. The young girl. On the night in question, I took the back seat in the omnibus and promptly nodded off. Then Barnacle, the loud thud and a wee scream woke me up in a fair start. There was a fella collapsed on the floor on me, the feet next on me. There was a fella collapsed on the floor at me feet. So I set him up on the seat across from me. And I turned out to find where the scream came from. And bless my soul, what did I find? There was a child right there, all curled up in a ball, hiding her wee self away. I'm really so much baffled, I confess. From what I gathered, on the night in question, the young girl was indeed riding the omnibus. Is that correct? 'Tis exactly the defense's counsel said. The last was a fifth passenger. The last was fifth passenger, my lord. Why don't you trust him? I don't trust Reach people either. Who's the Reach people, y'all? Very well. Just fits me no question to examine the witness. Are you ready, counsel? Then they were cross-examining the defendant. Or rather, no. I have no idea where to start. So I'm guessing we gotta press everything. No, in question, maxing the omnibus and promptly nodded off. Hold it! But why don't you trust him? Floyd, why don't you trust him, Floyd? And we went off in the omnibus. Was there any other passengers already on board? That there were not. The cabin was empty, and there was no one on the roof deck either. You were the first passenger, as it were, I see. Aye, and that's why I took the back seat I did. 'Tis the most comfortable it is. Could you explain exactly what you mean by that, the back seat? He's a little sus to me, I can see. By all means, 'tis how you already described it earlier. I'm talking about the seat opposite for the one I was in the poor gentleman's. I'm talking about the seat opposite the one in which the poor gentleman was stabbed to sit in. Like I said, 'tis the most comfortable, where I feel the most at ease. And of course, I enjoyed gazing through the skyline time to time as well. Mr. Van Zeke's been quiet. A loud thud, you say, and a scream? Aye, that's right. How can I explain it? 'Twas like a sound of someone falling on the ground. That sort of noise. Do you think it was the sound of Mr. Mason falling on the floor, having been stabbed? Well, now that you remember that I was asleep at the time, I wouldn't like to say. The sound woke me. I opened my eyes. There was a sort. You didn't see anyone. The same moment, you did hear a scream. Not above me, my lord. 'Twas from the inside of the cabin. But I wasn't altogether thinking about the scream. No, I was too stunned by the desperate sight before my eyes. Okay, I see a contradiction. Do y'all see it? I was wondering if y'all saw the contradiction. It's right here. No, it's not right. No, maybe it's not here. Hold on, let's go back. It was fellow Captain Carter that said. Yeah, I know. I think I see a contradiction, though. Do you see it? Y'all, I think I see the contradiction. If he was on the floor, there's no blood on the floor. Let me remind you. Okay, hold on a minute. We gotta look again, maybe. Yeah, sorry. Maybe it's this one. No, it's gonna be this one. No, it's not gonna be that one. Where does he mention that where does it mention that he's puts them up? Let's say it's trying. For trial. Mustn't be said. Huh. I'm gonna ride to London this morning. I didn't see the day of handing out like this. Hey Grandma, you need him. Ugh. How did you know? I think I see the contradiction. Though, like, I need to look. I look back in the omnibus. Hold up. Y'all. Look at this. This wasn't here before. That's blood, isn't it? Something wrong? Oh, it's just, well, this blood stain is so obvious, that's all. And yet, it didn't make no mention at all. I suppose that it seems a little strange. Why do I have such a bad feeling about this? Guys, there was no blood last time. Everything else is the same. There was no blood on the floor, so how do we present that? There was no blood on the floor. You know that. If you know, you know. There was no blood on the floor. But we gotta make it. I'm trying to go back, not forward. I'm also doing terrible with that. I gotta use my keys to go back and forward. I'm not in question. I took the back seat of the omnibus. I might have to press everything. Maybe we gotta present this.
Objection.
Like, I took your counsel. I see your trembling hand. Your fellows just hit your trembling well. Huh? Seems to me that is a misplaced confidence here. Assordination. No saving. Hold on. I don't know. You set him up, the victim, you mean? That I did. On the seat across from me, I said, I clearly see the poor devil was already gone. You won't leave a dead man lying on the floor now, would you? 'Tis the common courtesy, so it is. I find a little hard to believe. Now, why would that be? You wake up and find a man laying down at your feet with carrots. You know for some hail the captain. Any upstanding member of London society, that is. Well, now, as you know, I'm in something of a special line of business. Business for little money of interest. Fortunately, my lord, everyone is thankful for me for the help I offered him. And some would even say, well, see me dead. So I do try, where at all possibilities, trying to avoid getting myself tangled with trouble. Are you suggesting that you were just gonna leave the man there? Heaven alive, no. I was always intending to report it, so I was. Only I had a mind to find out when wise and where foes first. Wise and man's and why the wise and where foes? Right, you are. There were some details, and I need to understand anyone's getting meddling. The wee scream I heard, for example. Won't your good self do the same? Yes. That scream says he heard that at the same time as the thud of the victim collapsing. I'm stuck, y'all. Do y'all see any contradictions? I'm stuck. I'm generally stuck. I don't know what to do. Did I press everything? Chat, what do y'all think? Y'all saw any contradictions? What do you think, she and Floyd? Y'all see any contradictions? So I'm kind of stumped on this one. Bum 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 bum. I'm gonna try pressing everything. I'm afraid I don't understand. I'm sure you told the court that there was no one else in the carriage except yourself and the victim. So I did, sir. So I did. As far as I can see, that is. What do you mean by that? Well, now 'tis a queer thing. The wee scream I heard as I woke up. came from, if you excuse me the vulgar expression, under me backside. Goodness gracious. Under your backside. And when I was lifted the seat which I'd be sitting, I found there was a wee chubby hole for the storage. Remember. Yes, of course. The whole bus was submitted as evidence. I'm pressing them right now. And that's when I found her. There was a child all there curled up in a ball, hiding her wee self away. We'll take a look, Take a look at the omnibus again. There was blood there that wasn't there before. I'll take a look in here. Storage compartment, but there's nothing in there. It's totally empty. Something doesn't seem right here, but I can't put my finger on what it is. There were items underneath there. You say that she was hiding herself? Aye, that's right. 'Twas hard to see in the dim lamplight, but there she was, all curled up in a wee ball. When our eyes met, well, my heart nearly stopped beating in my chest. Ah, you're really overreacting this. Still, and all, I pulled her out from the under there, and sat her on the seat opposite so I could have a wee chin wing with her. Seat opposite. That's right, just next to the dead gentleman there. Oh my goodness! You sat this young man next to the corpse, huh? Well, as long as I'm sure, well, as sure as I'm mentioned, a young gentleman might be in a position to often find himself in more danger. So, I need to find out just who this urchin was, you see? When I was in the middle of talking with her, I heard another scream, the fellow's voice at this time. Presumably, the scream was Mr. First, who was sitting on the roof deck seats. Right you are again, I'd say, sir. Looking down to the skyline, he must have seen the young girl and the gentleman with the knife in his belly. Other words, previous witness did not affect you at all, Mr. McKellar. Aye, my lord. I was, and I think everyone understands now, I sat at the back of the carriage out of sight. It's certainly possible. The defendant is somewhat in stature. They confused perhaps with the young girl. After all that, of course. But the scream come from the gentleman all over us. They realized something was wrong and pulled up their horses. Thank you. I've heard enough. The defense are explained. Oh, thank you. I'm just voicing all these characters. However, at least one conundrum remains. Who is the girl? Her name is Gina Lester, my lord. She's a chancellor, earns a crest among the large crowds reliving people of their pursuit. Let's call it a pickpocket. What? This girl here, a petty thief. Order! Order! Is this true, Mrs. You answer the question. Ah! How dare you? What is the meaning of this? Ah! The girl! She's gone! Open your eyes. Your eyes. Your eyes. I'm right over here. Over here. Goodness gracious. Good gracious. Wow. What was the point of that little sidestep? I know what you're a lot of you thinking. The grown-ups are all the same. This dirty little diaper, you say, slipped up and got caught up in the job. She got herself back in the quarters, so she now the jet. Go on. That's what's in your heads, ain't it? No, not at all. The court of law. This is the court of law. We're here to determine. Look, knives are for cowards. Only thugs use that way, like that. All I need for what? For the what? Yeah, I do with these little fingers. I'm a professional, alright? Maybe not in your eyes, but I got pride in what I do. Let me guess. You don't count smoking guns among the weapons as for thugs. Oh, this? Yeah, this was the bag. This was in the bag I left it yesterday. Down where they keep the four-wheel drags. It's nice, isn't it? I like the pink the best. Don't wave that thing in the direction again. My direction again. So, you admit that you were riding the omnibus on the night in question. Tis alright, lass. You can tell them the truth now. Alright, yeah. Alright, yeah. It's just as the Irishman said. Ah! The court accepts this girl as valid as a witness to the crime. Accordingly, young woman, we'll hear your testimony if you please. You will hear tell the court exactly what happened on the omnibus in the night in question. Alright, if I have to. Witness testimony. What the girl saw. Saw smoking out the carriage before they looked up. Their horses out, just as always. Boy was right, but it was a right of waste of time. Waste of time. I got nothing to show me for the troubles that night. I tell you, you can't even blind a thing in that. You can't see a blind thing in that hiding place. It's pitch in there. Then after a while, I hear about a loud bang. I nearly jumped out my skin. I did, and a scream just jumped out. It's because of that old swell that found me. He did help me get away, man. Yes, he let you go. I don't understand why you let the street urchin go, Mr. McGilded. Oh, 'tis a simple simplicity itself, my lord. You see, she could possibly have killed the other passenger. I knew that for a fact. How? As I'm sure as I said before, sir. I was sitting right on top. I was sitting right on top of the place where she was hiding herself. I think a demonstration is called for. This is where I was sat last night. In the chubby hole of which you've spoken of underneath. In the chubby hole you've spoken underneath the seat, I presume. Yes. His appear to have large enough income to someone to secure a statue. That's true. Aye, but of course, the wheelhouse was stuck in there, because I had parked myself on the scene for the duration. Oh! So you see, that's why I let the last bolt. I knew that the police found her there. Yeah, automatically soon she done it. But I couldn't live with myself if a young girl was ruined when all that time I knew she was innocent. Even though you have less reaction. Not at all, my lord. Not at all. I know in my heart that I was innocent. So I thought it was worth taking a point on my own good name for the sake of the less fortunate lass. My goodness. What a perfect gentleman. My lord! This fine example of a man cannot possibly be guilty of the heinous crime like that. I'm ashamed of myself for having doubted you, sir. To comprehend their reason, when I clear the truth at the time. Saints alive! All 6 minute juries because the verdict not guilty. This must mean what? That we're victorious. We've won? Are you sure? Objection. Oh my goodness. I don't think that's allowed in court. If the sight of my iron-heeled Wellingtons offends, pray, do forget the discordancy. This really is a consuming example of the one moment of law in the British judicial practice. Where evidence and reasoning should be promoted, emotion rules the day. Emotion? The witness lays the statements, gives a clear insight on its true nature. What do you mean, his true nature? Do you really think a Scotland Yard would be such a glaring abomination? At the instant, the omnibus obviously, the intern of this chubby hole, as the witness puts it, was included in the investigation. Now they belonging. There's no one to black and white thing. Good lord! The evidence has been tampered with. No, to be clever. Someone unfold, remove everything. This what? Order! Order! How could such a devious conjecture that possibly infected the council? Naturally, you must acknowledge the differences of the government that this happened. How about I show you that when the evidence was revealed in the courtroom this morning? The compartment on the seat was not empty. Well, my Nipponese friend. Me? When the carriage was made as evidence, doubtless you examined the fine detail. As any word of self-respecting creature of the law. Pray, what do you find the condition of the unseen compartment to be? Oh, to be sure, the young gentleman will be cleared clear this up in Egypty. Sorry? Go ahead. You tell the court. You can tell the court now, fella. How is this a relevant excuse? How is this a elaborate excuse for the desperate of Lord Vicus? Counsel, do you have something to say on this matter? How am I supposed to answer? What can I say? Let's stay at this little compartment on the seat of the omnibus. What should I say, y'all? Yeah, I think it was. What should I say? Should I be truthful? So, what do you think, she? It wasn't empty. I didn't look. It wasn't empty. It wasn't empty. It was empty. It wasn't empty. I looked up the right answer. Apparently, it's I didn't look. The right answer is that. But we did, so we're gonna have to lie. Why are we gonna Why are we gonna commit perjury? So that's what we gotta do. I didn't look. Sorry, I'm a failure. I didn't look. I couldn't lie and pretend I had. Perhaps I could. You too much of intelligence. It seemed, my lord, that this incident is about the wine from the barrel. Well, what now seemed the argument is mocked. And the truth of the matter is that yours all. After all, there's a tubby hole underneath the seat. And empty as the devil's heart, and so it is. Why? Why do I feel something's not right here? I would like to see the judge weigh in the matter, I think. This is probably cooked of all times. I certainly wouldn't have it empty at night. The question probably isn't irresponsible. A lie. It's lying. Ah. I can't believe I was nearly taken in. The stinking rich are always the stinkers. Nothing but cowards. All of them. What? Oh no. It's a trick. Of course it is a trick. Quite so. I was conjure here. Sorry. Okay, so we're tied. No, yeah, we're tied now. No, we're almost tied. What if I see? I think we might be tied. It just seems. Yeah, we're tied. So half the jury believes he's innocent, half of them think he's guilty. My lord, I humbly submit the scales of justice. Clearly, a verdict's not guilty. Time would be wholly inappropriate. Thank you, counsel. Well, before proceeding further, there is a matter of outstanding promise of invitation. Counsel for defense, may you question the witness, please? Yes, my lord. What just happened? The whole balance of the trial just shifted, almost beyond recognition. The Reaper of the Bailey is at work in the scene. Cross-examination. I'll be right back, y'all. What do y'all think about this so far? Oh, excuse me. What do y'all think? Thoughts, chat. This is very interesting, I'd say. So you weren't already in the omnibus before it was even set on this run. Well, yeah. I mean, what's the point of? What's the end spreading around the joy? I mean, what's the point of spreading around the joy? Joy at a ball, eh? That's a wrong idea, isn't it? Which means there's no point in spending money to make money. Actually, it makes sense. Counsel, may I remind you this girl is a petty thief. Kindly refrain from entertaining her. Yeah, that is clear up a little mystery of the flare and all. 4 passengers and 5 pieces of making 20, which Cameron testified, and 1 little scapegoat riding for free.
So y'all think he's guilty. So I'm assuming y'all think he's guilty. I'm unsure about me, personally. I don't know. Because who else could have stabbed him? If he didn't do it, and the girl obviously probably didn't do it, who could have actually done it? The red chunk of the driver always gets some grub for his last run, you see. So when I slipped in the carriage, got myself hidden on the seat. Nice and easy, it's alright. Jordan speaks. But your hiding spot is the storage closet. Full equipment for the coach, no? Yeah, there's bushes and buckets and more not in there, so I always chuck out them out and cram in the corner somewhere. No one ever seems to bother much. Yes, according to the report, 5 police officers arrived to the scene. The cabal was full of such items. Well, I don't know nothing about that. Like I said, I moved all the stuff around so I can hide under there. On the sheet, that's all I can tell you. Seem to have reached the end of the line, inquiry. Continue. You're not in short trouble for the night. A waste of time? Why is that? Well, most nights I'm on my own. I beg your pardon. You say what? Oh yeah, well that's what I kinda call it. You say the omnibus, I suppose. The point is, no one ain't got no one in it for a while. That's when you came in your hiding place and got away. That's it, only that night. This call was set on the scene from the start. He didn't budge the whole way, not an inch. I was totally stuck. You can tell us when, do you mean to tell us you were present in the carriage for the urgent? We were under the seat the entire time with the visit. Yeah. Right, mister. To be sure. I was shocked as anyone. You don't expect a lift question to sat on to find you've been sat on in final child now, would you? Do ya? So this couldn't possibly have been the culprit then. I tell you, I can't see him. Yeah. Bang. When you say a loud bang, do you mean the noise of someone falling on the floor? Could have been, I suppose. I don't remember so well. The point is, I made me jump. Without a scream involuntary. That's right. And when I felt the cushion over me, and presumably when the defendant got up in order to help the victim, yes. Or not. It could have quickly been the same move. The accused stood. The accused stood in order to stab the victim, could it not? Hugo, did you not see what happened at the critical moment? Yes, I saw it. I pushed the cushion and I the Irishman was sitting in the block. Then I just missed against the counter, of course. But then the fella starts to turn around, looking right at me. I swung back in again, but it was too late then. I should have never. I was looking. And when nothing got discovered you, he pulled you out from your hiding place. I was scared stiff. I was. It dragged me out and sat me down in the seat and all. Next to the victim, Mr. Mason. Yeah, the bloke had a knife, I guess, in his guts, and was still bleeding. The carriage launched a bit, and ended up falling onto me. How awful! Both me and got covered in blood. It makes me sick as a dog. Both her hands are covered in blood. That must have been what the rooftop passenger saw.
After that, I believe you talked to Mr. Guild for a while. Is that correct? You asked me stuff. Wanted to know me name and was up to on that. And I heard something from above. Someone screamed. Yes, but first, on the direct roof deck, I was one person. I didn't look off. So. Get back on the seat. I'll see what you need to wait later. What's this many juries decided it was innocent? I have no I don't know how that was allowed, honestly. That's what I questioned too. That's what we questioned last stream, how you got a knife in there. I was questioning that too. I don't know how you got a knife in here. Yes, I think you're right. I have this I'm not even gonna try to say it. Things bother me, but I can't put my finger on it. I don't know why he had a knife though. Cause we gotta press this. So you couldn't see out of the cabin at all? Not a jot. Most days it puts Kuna what you have. Then I came about you play for the gun. I thought you said you were a pickpocket, not a butcher. I mean, I have a look and see. It's plus one, but for most time the passengers plant himself in the opposite. Yeah, one of them was drinking alcohol. Not a reason. I see. Truth is, I ain't too happy to take it. It's just too much to be told around the clique. Hold up. That's true. That's true.
Excuse me.
Something wrong, Mr. McGilden? Oh, I do apologize. Was there something the matter, Counsel? I was wondering if Mr. Last comment made excellent curve, perhaps. You seem to be thinking of selling yourself. Oh, no, 'twas nothing important. I was feeling bad for the poor lass is all. I remember feeling desperate myself as a young lad. Shut in the dark, 'twas terrifying it was. I see, yes, I'm sure we can all sympathize. I'm so scared of the dark now. Aye, and I don't know a thing about yourself, but I find the darkness seems to make everything you hear much louder as well. Yeah. I suppose it does. One second. Maybe. Did you hear something about night? Anything unusual noise, perhaps? Nah, not really. All I could really hear was the Irishman snorting. But jabbers, snorting until the whole the whole world of me fibbles, you little scamp. What a pity. I have heard something. Might have been give us a vital clue. Yes. I think I say it's important. My lord, I believe the statement made by the witness is profoundly important. Profoundly important? But that's all she said was she heard nothing. Yes, which is important. I'm almost sure of it.
I'm over sure I don't understand the works of your Eastern Mind Council. Nevertheless. I shall, Yeah, it's pretty weird.
You will suppose this will test my verification. Last statement, please. What? Silverman, what you talking about? Don't give me all your fancy talk. I know what you're trying to do. But it won't work for me. Oh, that's crazy, man. The witness is lying, y'all. I'm straining my ears, working out, but all I could hear was snorting.
Hold it!
So you were straining to hear from what was happening the entire time since the moment you've hid yourself. Not exactly, no. Sorry? Well, there was no one in the cabin to start with. I was supposed to cabin up and say, but then when I was, you know what, I got it down so you don't notice me. It's on the seat. I don't know what you were hiding, correct? Yeah. But Adam and Eve, what a mug. All I had to do was listen. I was waiting to jump out of there as soon as I heard them leave. See? Would you? Not likely. It always stopped there and there. I didn't hear the door open. Not like old doggy was. Is there any clues that we can draw from this, I wonder? What you just told the court? Let's clear it out of the X. At odds? Are you sure, man? Are you sure, man? Absolutely. It seems my learning is not as dulled witch as I feared. Sylvan Six really realized it too. Counsel! I must insist that you witness at least. Yes, my lord. I should say that in court. According to Mrs. Which one she's talking in the night, she would have heard nothing of sound unless she gets snoring. But I think the thing. There's something else she should have heard. I think it's gonna be a person. I think I know who it was. I think it's the victim. She should have heard the victim. I could be wrong though. I want to save. She should have heard the victim. I'm gonna go. That's what. Very well, my lord. I'm gonna elaborate. One particular sound that Miss McGee had not heard until I heard the night in question. Very good. This following person, the victim.
Take that!
Trice fired Mason. Yes, my lord. The son could have not failed to hear. Is the victim, Mr. Mason, born the omnibus? Order! Explain yourself. Your state of reasoning, counsel. Let me confirm something. You claimed that earlier that you were the first person aboard the omnibus. Is that correct? Yeah, of course I was. Of course. Well, the driver was. I couldn't know where the driver was at in the pub. Was I not? And the next person on board was Mr. McGilligan. That was. That it was. Not a soul in the cabin was when I climbed aboard. Oh my goodness, stop! Y'all roasting me. Y'all roasting me. He's not roasting me.
The streamer actually pays attention. Oh. Come on. I pay attention. I can pay attention. I have a good attention. I can pay attention to good stuff. I can. My mind is good. I have a good mind. To let you know.
At least not in plain sight. So you were on this person alone in the cabinet at the time. Did I not just say as much? I wasn't traveling with anyone else, if that's what you mean. Yeah, so I'm getting over here with the cracks on the seat cushion. Was it on for sure? And from what I've heard, the carriage made a number of stops at their onward journey, during which time, did you not hear the door opening and closing at all? Nah, I never heard it. Exactly what I was listening for, wasn't I? Waiting for the swell to leave. In which cause? When and how did the victim enter the carriage? Oh! We all know the victim collapsed inside the enclosed cabinet, so therefore, what would she said or did not hear is at odds with the facts. Ah! I doubt we're gonna get done with this tonight. I mean today. But luckily, good news everybody, I have tomorrow off. Yes, this Pixie statement is clearly flawed. Lord Van Zeeks. Yes. He knew it all too well, and there was an inconsistency in her statement. Would seem the words that think the order of my learned friend. What are you talking about? You have demonstrated the matters of incompatible. This witness and her colorful statements are clearly unreliable. Her words are convenient untruths and nothing more. He's dead right. How could the victim possibly not have been aboard an omnibus? That makes no sense. Whatever so. This girl is a pickpocket. Let's not forget that. Of course, the grandma faults. Yeah, I got tomorrow off, so yay! Ah, she didn't even say anything. I didn't want to judge dear mine just because she had rather naughty ways, but I must say, I can't abide liars. Neither could I. Mr. Foreman, I didn't want to judge the girl just because she had some less than way, but I must say, I cannot abide liars. Ugh. Well, your consideration for the others is refreshing, my Nepalese friend. To the considerable troubles you've spared me. Yes, very refreshing. Oh! God, what are you're playing at? Have you forgotten who you're working for, you useless Eastern Adam? It's just gone. It's just perfect. Junior 2 is the only one left. Always get. If we can't find some new way to convince everyone of McGill's innocence, the judge will roll and we'll have lost. I very much wanted to believe the words of the one-lunged, respectful gentleman, but those that serve must accept the hard truth.
Hold it!
Hold it.
Yes, the witness's last statement seems to have been in her story. However, if we consider the possibility that her statement is in fact true, we shine a new whole light in this case. What are you saying? Counsel! I'm sorry, sir. Whatever do you mean? Counsel, I will not tolerate you attempting to prologue my injurious edition. Explain yourself at once. When the accused boarded the omnibus that night, in question, the victim was nowhere to be seen. For goodness sake, the carnage in the door was not here, unfortunately, in time. Justified by the victim, the window stabbed. And yet, the victim's body was found inside the cravat. This petty excuse was to be believed. How do you explain the victim's appearance inside the cabin in the omnibus? There's only one way to explain how the victim came inside the carriage. I don't know. What do we do, guys? What do we do? What do we do? He was already dead just after he died. He was put there before he died. There's another entrance. He was already in there. He was in there already. I'm stuck. I don't know. I'm thinking. Let me save. I have a my heart is telling me that that he was already dead, but like, how would that be possible? What do you mean remember the top? I'm stuck. Okay, I had to see the top. I saved, so we're good. Must have just kidding. Save yourself. I'm saying There's another entrance? The door wasn't open even once. The only reason the victim was injured in some other way. I wonder what the new fencing is going to come with your blind panic. Behold! Only one side, then close area is furnished to the floor. Other side is furnished. Fixed windows, no. In short, I'm interested in that. But there could be. There's one possibility you haven't considered. Oh, really? Yes, there only isn't a door. Another opening, which didn't appear in the thing. Hurried counsel. It fits with the defined location for the court. Here's the omnibus in the card. What enough is the interest you propose that the victim enter the cabin? You're right. Yeah, the top can open. I remember that. It's obvious. He could have been in the sky. I say the skyline.
Objection.
Yeah, I think the top can't open. I think I remember saying about that. Well, Lucas proposed. Almost made lots of words. However, the skyline may have been large enough for someone to pass through.
Objection.
So you claim. What do you have a shred of evidence for the Idle Bane theory? Except in the same way their testimonies. They each claimed they heard a large thud that made of someone falling through the floor. Yes, it was the video already explained. As soon as on the victim falling through his seat by a soldier and dragger. Yes, it has, but when a man falling through the seat of the floor, really mentions a loud noise the witness described? A noise loud enough to call let's call it an inventory cry, in fact. Good gracious! Perhaps, in fact, that there was a moment the victim had made the entrance into the cabin. No, let me rephrase that. The victim didn't enter the cabin as such. He fell into it.
Objection.
You're now suggesting that the victim fell into the skylight of the cabin? That's simply impossible. How can you be so sure? Because if the victim had fallen inside through the, as you say, the passengers on the roof deck would have seen it happen. And yet, not one person made a mention of such thing in their testimony. Well, yes, that's true, but... Oh no. Might a humble fella make a wee comment here? Mr. McGilded. To be sure now, the two fellas I sat on the roof that testified afore said nothing about the victim falling through this skyline. But it seems to me, my lord, that 'tis not such a case of them not saying, but in the case of them being not able to say. What? I think perhaps the two fellas do be having some sort of compelling reason not to mention what happened. Would you not disagree, fine ladies and gentlemen of the jury? Humph! Oh my goodness, surely not. Those two chaps on the roof? You mean the one who struck the knife at this man? Well, ugh! Just what exactly I got insinuating. You rustler, he said. You rustler. What are you insinuating? It's a flaming outrage. You have a good mind. I've had a good mind. A blinker in a moment. He'll have yours shining in a moment. He said, so will I. It's a fair play. You effectively accuse me of city gentleman, well-respected banker. And me, a very angry hatter. Suggesting that someone like me could have stabbed a man through the guts. It's a disgrace, a scandalous, ugh. I protest in the strongest possible terms. That's right, I protest too. How about you rotten scoundrel? Right. Order! There's no time for... That is no time. The time, witness. I will not permit information at the stand. Return to the room at once. But this is beyond reason, my lord. This is outrage. It's outrageous. It's very hurtful, you know? My lord, if I may comment. Go ahead, Lord Van Six. Go ahead, Lord Van Six. It was the defense that indicated that it's outbutt for the witness. My own friend seems to be done about it. That proof. Accused? I never intended to. It seems the young Nippy's command of the youngest son is wanted. You propose that this court fell through the first omnibus. I know. You haven't branded the gentlemen as liars. You have intimidated the criminal's guilt. Our British court law, there's a term called baseless accusation. I know it's rash to put the idea forward without actually evidence, but you can't just dismiss the fact that it's a second thought. What are we wasting time? Get to that. Testify. I thought there was something fishy about that hat from the moment I laid eyes on that fellow. It's not through one way or another. Mr. the merchant man was disposed of all at once. Testify. Testify. What's happening, Mr. Spectators in the public gallery are completely frenzy. But fair play, Mr. First. My lord, you will take the stand again to make another formal testimony. Remember, there's a book of the fits. Yes, my lord. I didn't come back here. I didn't come back here for this. There's no time to think this through. All I can do is keep pushing forward. Witness testimony. Refuting the accusation. Oh my goodness. Y'all, what do y'all think about this? Now we're accusing the witnesses, these two, of killing the victim. So what do y'all think? Y'all think they did it? Or do you think Mick Gilded still did it? What do y'all think? It is possible that they did it. Can't believe men can lie. It's possible. Yeah, Mr. McGilded possibly did it too, though. We are the only two people on the roof deck. Dead or alive, I can swear that. If anything bad to happen up there, where are we sitting? Don't you think one of us would have noticed? In any case, none of us would have. The first thing about the victim. We had no reason to kill the man. The skyline was shut the entire time. I tell you, we can't have possibly opened it. You're so sure the victim fell through the skyline. Where's your proof? I must say, the lesson of this testimony is somewhat hard to imagine. If the witnesses could perform the matters like that, well, I didn't even know it before. That's right. You see? Quite innocent, I tell you. The logical, of course. The argument falls down to two of you inclusion with one of another. What? Eh? Couldn't investigate. The two witnesses share no common dealings. Ha! Well, I don't trust coppers any more than I trust the stinging rich. Something doesn't feel right here. Trial's gone in our favor, really. So why do I feel so uneasy? How's the defense over to you? Examination, please. Oh, yeah, yes, my lord. Cross-examination. We were the only two people on top of the roof deck. Dead or alive, I can swear that.
Y'all, did y'all see any contradictions, dude? Or I think I need to press all of the statements. 'Cause I'm unsure if I saw a contradiction. I feel like there was something wrong, but I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, there's still a possibility that he did it because the blood wasn't there before. Let me take a look at the omnibus again. Yeah, the blood wasn't there before. Yeah, the rooftop is all possible to open. Saying, don't you think one of us has noticed? In any case, neither of us would have knew the first thing about the victim. We had no reason to kill the man. So, you had no one ever met the man Mr. Trice fired before? Under me, no, not once, never. He'd never met the man before. He said, never. You missed it first. You never knew the victim's either. That's right, sir. Hatters don't have much to do with brickmakers, to be perfectly honest. No, I imagine not. You see, how many different times can we put this? You of us could have... Aha! I knew something would say someone... I knew something was going to happen. Mr. McGilded? Yes, Counsel. Yes, Counsel. What can I do? What can I be doing for you? Then when's the last time it gives you a pause, a thought for somehow? Not the remotest connection. Is that right now? I wonder. What are you simulating now? Ah, Mr. Fairplay. Tis been too long, has it? So it has. If I'm not very much mistaken, I believe 'tis fast approaching, is it not? Your repayment date. I beg your pardon? You borrowed 20 guineas for me, sir. Trick me, sir. Well, now, is it such a touch of, is it some sort of video motivated a fella to pass his crime off to another? Ah! And young Mr. Faust. Me, sir, what do you want with me, sir? You don't mind making house for a living, do you not? And that there top hat sliding on your head is one of your own creations, is it? Oh well, yes. I'm still a apprentice, you understand. I'm learning to perfect fit for giant fins who fine gents who walk through the door. Perfect fit, is it? Well, 'tis very distinctive fine, so it is. Make us was just like you, I tell you. The distinctive to touch customers, such as the Trice first mentioned. Ah! There's a photograph print Those photographs print of the victim's minute of evidence, my lord. Ah, yes, this you mean? I can't help but thinking the poor fellow hat looks distinctly figure, wouldn't you say? Oh! That's one of my hats. Aye, it is. So to soon the figure maker was a customer of yours. The first color I wager you have a queer quarrel with incendiary goods. Oh no, sir. Absolutely not, sir. Well, there's really nothing more to add. It was be right to say the two fellas here. The remotest connection to the victim, you see.
I rest my kiss. You little weasel! Ugh! He's better at this than I am. Gosh, Mr. Gibbs said he's research, has he? Please, don't let me a little interrupting. No, I doubt it. I doubt he's hiding anything underneath there. Victim fell through the skyline. Where's your proof? If you're so sure the victim fell through the skyline, where's your proof? Okay, neither of us knew the victim. Think about the victim. I'm stumped. I'm stumped, y'all. What do I do? We proved that they didn't do much. They didn't testify on it. They testify on it. They didn't do nothing.
Hold it!
No motive, hmm? So maybe they had a motive or something. It is shut. Well, like right now at least. No, press that. I'll press it. Are you quite certain about that? The skyline was shut the entire time. I'm going to lose my blocks with you in a minute. He's going to lose his rage, drag with you in a minute. That's what he said. Take a look for yourself. Go on. You see? It's shot as fast as just as night. So it is, of course. A fellow the size of Mr. Mason could likely break through it and steal and all. What? I think at the size of the thing, you'll understand. Ah, now you hold there a minute, sir. The size of the thing doesn't mean nothing. It's not on its own. It's in the big picture, shall we? Stop biting our canes, shall we? I was riding the omnibus on occasion when I broke wind loudly. I shook myself. It happens. What? This is unexpected confession, Mr. Faust. Oh, I meant to say, well, the point is, I tried to open the skyline, you see? But, just my luck, I couldn't make it budge. The stench was terrible. It was looking at daggers at me, sir. I was red as a rogue, I did. Are you expecting me to sentence you? Oh no, sir. The point is, the skyline couldn't be open. I tried it when I was inside the cabin to see. Ha! Something.
Excuse me.
He farted, yeah. He farted, basically. Nothing to say about that, mister. It opens. The skyline. It's what we're talking about, right? All them skylines open, dead easy. More easily than you can load a weapon. That's a lie, I tell you. Otherwise, when I broke in, I can't do it from the inside, you mug. Oh! Look, a few weeks ago, I was up there on the roof deck on one of them drags. I had a great huddle. I mean, I had it years. Well, anyway, I had a bit scared. When I lifted the last book's first, I got wise to me. All four of them surrounded me so I couldn't off the bus and leg it. So what I did was use the skyline, open the catch, and jumped right through it. What? Yeah, the catch for the skyline was on the top side. That's why you can't open it from the cabin. The skyline opens from the roof deck? Bailiff. Go up to the roof and then unbust at once and verify the witness's claims. Ah! Oh, my hat! Oh, my hat! See? Order! 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 So it appears that the street girl's statement is quite true. I don't believe it. The skylight opens from the roof deck. That's what we're looking for. Well, counsel for defense, please continue with the cross-examination. Yes, my lord. So that skylight opens. Perhaps I should investigate it for myself. Please. What's your proof? Let's go right here. Yeah, go and take a look. Oh, let me take a look at myself. We slide from up here. Oh, wait. Yes, that's your favorite arm, doesn't it? Why not have to kick someone like you through, certainly? Why does someone like me? Ah! What is it? Look, just there! Look at this! That's without a question. It's blood! Why would it be a blood stain up there? Surely, that can't be unrelated to the case, can it be? So I guess we gotta present. I bet it's gonna be that. There's blood.
Objection.
On the night of the question, the victim was fatally stabbed in the stomach. Immediately afterwards, the victim's body was pushed through the skylight of the cabin below. Those are the facts, and the error of proof. It remains clear in the omnibus that stands before us in this very courtroom. What? That's utterly humbug. Ah, you can't possibly have some evidence. No, you can't. I mean, we didn't do it, I tell you, it's impossible. And for the report, here in this courtroom. Counsel? My lord. I'd be very would like to present a clarification here. Where exactly, Madame, just the evidence against you, Lou? You'll point out where it is and where the victim fell. Yeah, it's the blood. Where is it? Hi. Well, I didn't mean to do that again.
Got it.
By Jupiter, is that blood? Yarg! Split Lane proves two things. Firstly, when the incident occurred, the Skyline roof was an omnibus was open. What? And secondly, the victim was already bleeding when he fell through the opening. Oh my! And so it follows that Mr. McGill was inside the close cabin himself at the time. Could not possibly be guilty of this crime. No! Order! But the blood could have been sprayed up there when the fellow was stabbed inside the cabin. And only when it's found in a particular spot on the skylight, sure. Way to become convenient. And let's keep it in mind. That the skyline catch only the unfastened from the roof deck. I myself would have not able to open it, would I? But there's no way. No, for certain, is there? Is there really a gent fell through the skyline? I mean, why don't you have a good look at the floor of the cabin before the seats, Mr. Frost? 'Tis all too plain, if you see. The aftermaster showed the poor fella dropped from a fair height, so there is. What? No! But that can't be. It's all lies! My fellow jury members, I think we can all agree that this is clear proof of the defendant's innocence, can we? I believe we can, yes sir. It's clear to me now that filthy rubbish can be found in this courtroom. So, they thought they could put the wool in their eyes, did they? Can't tolerate this again. Get some more blood. I can't tolerate it all. Oh, I always knew the nice gentleman who gave us the life of Parker wouldn't have done such a thing. On three then, everyone! 1, 2, 3!
Objection!
Chilling performance, Mr. Gilded. What? Oh, and what would be you referring to? So, to now, Lord Van Zeeks? Bloodstain the frame lines. Such evidence is null and void. What? Why? For once, extremely simple example. That smear blood never existed. What are you talking about? Senator of policy, it's clearly blood. I personally didn't discover no bus. The officers involved in the carriage for 9 foot 5 gold. So I can say that absolutely surety. No such smear blood existed in the carriage, at least not until this trial began. But are you sure that the stain of the blood was fabricated, my lord? Yes. And whilst the court was in session. What? What a palaver. I must say I didn't expect a cruel reason from the prosecutor to stand, Lord Van Zeeks. But I'm imagining you the fellow known all its capital with his fine contributions to the public life. I don't take kindly to the slander, and I'll fight it to the bend of the hand. Give us rolling off the tongue of the reaper at the bailey. Mr. McCupid, I realize this is your first appearance court as the accused. However, I'm well aware of your involvement behind the scenes of legitimate affairs of the dubious nature. You're very adept when it comes to avoiding getting your own hands dirty. Each time it happens, that's the case when you're involved in investigating, you adapt to the facts. Depths of facts, what's that even mean? We will, the fortune the size of a guilt to have ill-gotten me, not by nothing is possible. Devil of evidence, manipulating the scene of crime, bribing witnesses. I trust your ability to connect the most convenient story, sir. Tut tut, Lord Van Zieks. This will not do, to be sure. Would it now, Counsel? Oh, no. I think it's fair to say this does all sound rather far-fetched, excused by desperate mind. The blood in the sky doesn't exist, you say? But if he's the cast your minds back, is it not true that only was there in the courtroom the entire time? How could it possibly be smeared blood without the word and his wife seeing? Isn't that right now, Consul? It's true. The omnibus had been in full views the entire time the group was in session. My learned friend. Here's a hearing to your opinion. In your own words. As you wish. Someone to tamper with the omnibus during the trial. If you're asking me, I think... Could have someone that tampered with it? I think yes. Oh my goodness, he's a vampire, of course he knows his blood. I think yes, I think I know who tampered with it. But is it the right answer? That's what I'm wondering. The answer they wanted me to give. Or do they want me to lie again? Because I think I know who could have tampered with it. It's obvious who could have tampered with it. I think we're almost done, so... we'll try to get this done. I think we're almost done. Yeah, okay, the right answer is yeah. Yeah. The answer is yeah, it could have been possible. We know who it could have been. As defense lawyer, it's my job to advocate for the defense as best as I can. But still, I suppose there's something more important at stake here. There's no evidence that suggests the defendant has learned from his friend said this. However, in terms of having an opportunity to carry out the alleged tampering, there is one possibility. Oh?
Good gracious! Explain yourself, Counsel!
Yes, there is. I know. I need to finish this first. Yes, there is. Yes, friend. Open from the one seat.
Deceit?
I'm sure everyone remembers it clearly. The reason this was forced to be taken resulted in a smoke grenade fired by the witness. Here at the step. Yep. That's when it happened. Why is everything getting untangled? Why? I'm not reading this again. The count room was filled with smoke.
and everything was thrown into confusion. All of us were made of blood. In fact, it could have been impossible to steal inside the omnibus. Are you wise? What are you trying to pull? I'm going to show myself. I got it in the stream, y'all. Let's save my progress. I had it in the stream though, because I gotta work. I'll see you guys later. No, see ya.